Hey everybody, welcome to the Great Adventure with Emmy and Gracie. Well, it never ceases to be an adventure, and I wanted to update you on the latest and greatest from our little great adventure. You may recall a couple of weeks ago that I reported on a condition that my trailer suddenly showed up with, and it was warping on the outside, and I looked it up, and it's called delamination. It's when the outer skin of a trailer separates from the body of the trailer, and it can often be caused by moisture or a lot of heat exposure, which it's been exposed to here in Arizona. Needless to say, it's not a good condition, and quite costly. I went by a very reputable RV repair company, and they surveyed it and agreed it was delamination, and said the repairs would cost between $8,000 to $10,000. Nothing I planned on, and not something I have just laying around. I did finally get a hold of my insurance company. I waited forever and ever for them to get back to me, and they finally did. And we talked about it at length, and they said it's not something they more than likely will cover, but my next step is to go to a place where I'll be for a little bit and get a quote, and then they will go from there. And since I am leaving Phoenix this week, it didn't seem like that would be a good option. So the good part is that the repair company said that it's not something that has to be repaired immediately. They surmised I had between 6 to 12 months to get it taken care of, and since my journey was initially set for 12 months, that might just bring me home. We'll see. But thank you all for praying and your words of encouragement. I received a very generous offer from California. My friends David and Julie Almquist prayed about it and offered me their RV, which is a wonderful solution if it weren't in California and I were in Arizona. But the more that I thought about it, I'd have to figure out what to do with the Musher mobile, my trailer, and then my faithful Sequoia Moose. And then I'd have to not only get to the RV, I'd have to drive it back over the miles that I've traveled at exorbitant gas prices. So the more I prayed about it, it just did not seem like a practical solution. And in light of the news that I could still continue on with my trailer, I figured that's what I will do. But again, I didn't want to rush into it. My brother-in-law, Chris, gave me some great words of wisdom to sit on it and take it to the Lord. And it reminded me so much of one of my favorite verses, which is Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Now, if you're like me, being still when something like this happens is almost torture. But I have worked at being still, and lo and behold, a couple of very generous financial gifts came my way from two dear friends, and well, actually 4 dear friends. And I want to thank you privately. I've already done that, but I needless to say, broke into tears when I opened those surprises. It won't cover the cost of the repair, but it definitely gives me some security as I move on. And this morning, I woke to actually yesterday morning, to the scripture from Isaiah, which says, "Fear not, for I am with you. I am the Lord your God, and I will help you." So I'm taking that to heart. So the plan was to leave tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. for Albuquerque. But my sister called today and reported that there are high wind warnings in Albuquerque today and tomorrow through tomorrow evening, as well as with the Santa Fe fire being not so far away, there is a red flag warning. So I asked the powers that be here at the RV park where I am, and they've relented to let me stay another night, which I'm so grateful for. And when I called my Harvest host in Albuquerque to tell her, she said, "Oh my gosh, I thought I had emailed everybody, but we had a family emergency and I can't host you." So everybody be in prayer for Mary in Albuquerque. I don't know what the emergency is, but needless to say, then it became my emergency. Where am I staying in Albuquerque? So it's a good thing that I'm waiting until Friday to shove off. And after doing a lot of searching, I probably got the last RV spot in Albuquerque, New Mexico. On Friday, I will be singing Saturday at a leisure care community. And then on Monday, I will take off for Tulsa, Oklahoma. So needless to say, the adventure continues to be an adventure. And for any of you listening that need to know, sometimes you don't know what curve God's going to take you around. But a good lesson to learn is to be still. And I will admit, I'm not very good at that. To be still and know that God is still God. And He's still got a great adventure for both you and I. All right. Have a great evening. God bless.